Why play Swain Support? Well, he brings a ton of burst damage. He is incredibly safe when warding and getting vision. His health can infinitely scale, and he is a beast when entering demon mode in teamfights. However, he's incredibly reliant on skill shots, and he does lack mobility, so he can be run down. Swain's passive is when he lands a W or E, he gains a soul fragment which heals him and gives him 12 maximum health permanently. Swain's Q shoots out bolts of damage. This deals additional damage the more bolts that hit the target. This means the closer Swain is, the more bolts that will hit and the more damage it will do. In addition, when this ability is maxed out, its cooldown is 3 seconds, and that's before ability haste, so you can absolutely spam it. Swain's W spawns a circle which reveals a location and damages and slows any enemies hit in the circle after a short delay. Enemies hit by this are revealed for some time after. This ability has incredible range, and it can be used to check buffs, dragons, barons, and even suspicious brushes. Swain's E throws out a wave of damage which will bounce back to him, dealing damage both ways. On its way back, it will stop on the first enemy hit, rooting them. This can then be reactivated to drag that hit enemy towards Swain. This can be used more often during Swain's ultimate. Swain's ultimate changes him into his demon form. He gains increased health, and soul fragments claimed in this form give double the passive health. Swain will damage all enemies nearby and heals himself per target damaged. This heal is reduced largely against non-champions. After a short time, Swain can then recast this ability to deal damage in an area around him, which will also slow enemies. This form will continue infinitely as long as he's damaging nearby enemies. For combos, start with your E, and while it's traveling, cast W, where they will be dragged back to. Drag them into it by pressing E again before auto-attacking into Q for a huge burst of damage. For Masteries, take this, it allows you to burst champions dead. For build order, start Spell Thief Pots before getting Leandries, Tier 2 Boots, and Azonias. Follow this up by getting a Crystal Scepter and Demonic before finishing your build with any of these. For skill order, start E, then W, then Q, before maxing Q, then W, then E, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Ignite. Starting the game, you're looking to play incredibly aggressive straight away. Your E will go through minions before pulling a champion back. This can be used to catch your opponents off guard, and if you're able to land a single one, you're easily able to burst down half their health with your full electrocute combo. You really don't have many defensive options, so make sure to ward well to keep yourself safe. What will often happen is your best defense will be a strong offense, making sure your opponents aren't in a position to fight even if their jungler does come bot side. Entering the mid game, you are the support, so stay with your carry. Look to take bot tower as soon as possible before roaming mid to take mid outer tower. This will give you a large amount of map pressure, giving you priority on neutral objectives. In addition, Swain is brilliant at locating champions, CCing them and bursting them down securing picks, which of course you will convert into towers and neutral monsters. Entering the late game, Swain's control over neutral monsters is incredible, with your W making scouting out around the area incredibly safe for you. So look to play around objectives as much as possible. When it comes to late game team fights, Swain is a beast. Look to start a fight by landing an E on a high value target. However, you don't need to play the role of your team's engage, and you can play the role of a frontline bruiser mage hybrid. And this is because you can infinitely stay in demon form as long as you stay in the fight. Absolutely be spamming your Q, looking to land W and E on any champions moving away from you. And then between your Zonias and your additional health from your passive, you should be able to keep yourself pretty safe and in the fight.